Good morning, it's Zhao Shanghao from the village of Haojiayao to the southwest of Hohhot. And behind me you can see the mighty Yellow River, the lifeblood of northern China, and the home to the Yellow River carp, a famed fish across northern China. This village, with a population of just over 1,000, is a village with rich history. Just over 200 years ago, locals moved to this village in the mountains and built mountain dwellings, caves built into the mountains. And still to this day, these caves hold up. But recently, this village has been developed as a tourism park, and we've seen vast changes here, particularly for the locals. And the locals now earn up to 100,000 per year, per family. And this is part of China's ongoing development of the local villages across this region and across the country. It's a really fascinating village, really traditional, yet the development continues. Behind me are the famous grapevines that this whole area is built on. The grape farms stretch across 100 hectares of land and can produce up to 3,000 tons of grapes. That's a lot of grapes. But the winters in Inner Mongolia are particularly cold and dry, and the wind often whips up the soil. So the locals have an ingenious way to defend their crops against this. They bury them in these troughs up to 30 centimeters below the ground. Then when it comes to springtime, the locals dig them back up and replant them, ready for harvest in the summer. In the past, grapes were sold for around 3 yuan per kilogram. But since this area has been redeveloped as a tourism center, that price has increased to 30 yuan per kilogram. Mainly thanks to the increased footfall into this area. This also allows the locals to sell their grapes locally without having to travel into the city. And thanks to this, the average family income in this area has increased up to 100,000 yuan per year, which is incredible. It's an incredible change, given that this was only built in around 2019. Already we're seeing the fruits of their labor starting to pay off. You would be forgiven for thinking that the landlocked and dry and mountainous province of Inner Mongolia may not be the best place to buy fish. It's easy to forget that one of China's 2 great rivers, the Yellow River, flows from Qinghai in the west, out to Xi'an and the sea in the east, all the way through Inner Mongolia, including in this area. One of the Yellow River's great inhabitants is the Yellow River carp. However, as part of China's ongoing protection of its natural resources, there's been a discouragement of fishing in the Yellow River, particularly at certain times of the year when the fish are spawning. And that's why we see these huge fisheries where the Yellow River carp can be bred and reared using the same water from the Yellow River. Locals who rear the fish in these fisheries can earn up to 50,000 yuan per year just from the fish. It's really good. You can taste how fresh it is. I think it's incredible. I'm so pleased I came here, to be honest. And to see the beautiful sights, you know, seeing the mountains and the desert and the river, and learning about the history of this place. But I think the other thing I love about this place is, even though it is so traditional, it's great to see the development that's happening here. It's not like it's a place that's been forgotten. It's a place that lots of effort is going into to develop and to make life easier and better for the local people.